And this isn't just a California problem. We're seeing it in major cities, mid-sized cities, and even smaller communities across the country. It's happening because some people believe they're above the law, or that the consequences will amount to little more than a slap on the wrist.
Guys.
I don't even actually.
Guys, hold on. Like, understand, when you see these type of things, and these are like common things in your neighborhood specifically, like, you have to understand this is how things. How do I explain this to you guys? This is how areas turn into deserts. Okay, because imagine if you own that business, would you stay here? Would you stay here now? Like, you know that this is a possibility in the area that you built your business. Would you say, you know what, hold on, my father built this business, I'm gonna stay here? Bro, shut this down and move to an area where there's less criminality. That's it. And then what happens over time? Flight, business flight, right? And then what's left? The whole area becomes blighted because there are no businesses here. All right, the communities are causing these things.
I don't even actually like the phrase crowd control, because our goal has to be what I said at the beginning.
Okay.
To be a stabilizing presence, to be a reassuring presence, and as you've heard many people say today, to facilitate.
This is the real problem. Office bearers and politicians who actively shield illegal aliens instead of standing with law enforcement and public safety.
My name is Jocelyn from Cicero. They don't have a warrant. They didn't ask for one. They forcefully opened the door of the trunk. It was locked. It was locked.
ILHAN Omar called Americans dumb idiots and is crying that Americans are
What?
allowed to speak.
Hold
She
on.
should be deported back to Somalia for committing immigration fraud, marrying her brother, and dozens of other
Allegedly.
acts.
These people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things. Oh, we are.
Okay, I just wanted to hear what she actually said here. So basically, what she just said here, like, understand this here. That was a gigantic escalation of, I think, of her statements here. What does she actually say here? She's talking about people who think differently than her. She's talking about all Americans. I don't think so, in the context of this here. But what she's saying here is, if you think differently than me, you're a dumb idiot. That's the vibe I'm getting here. That's how I'm taking that.
Are doctors, we are teachers, we are entrepreneurs, and we are elected representatives of our state.
In reality, she wants to say, we are immigration fraudsters. We are marriage fraudsters. We are feed our future fraudsters.
There's another thread here, because House Republicans and the Treasury Secretary just now talked about a link to terrorism, a possible link. He said they're just now beginning to look into it. How confident are you that that's a false claim?
I'm pretty confident at the moment because there are people who have been prosecuted and who have been sentenced. If there was a linkage in that the money that they had stolen going to terrorism, then that is a failure of the FBI and our court system in not figuring that out and basically charging them with these charges. And so I do know that for many years, this sort of like alarm that there is money being transferred through the airport in bags and going to terrorism that accusation has always existed. There's never been here and there.
This is classic manipulation. Deflect, distort, and pin the blame on the one calling out the perpetrator.
Jobless liberal white women who spend all day stalking around ICE are finally getting put in their place.
No, we're just...
You lost?
Yeah, we're a little lost.
I don't care if you record, this is your one warning. If you follow us again, we're gonna stop you, we're gonna break your window, and we're gonna rip you out and arrest you, okay?
All right.
This is your one warning.
Yeah, can I ask
You
a
got
few
it?
questions, though?
No.
Can I ask you a few questions, though?
Okay, so that encounter right there, I can only imagine. Listen, you're a federal agent and you know that there are a group of people who are specifically following you for the sole purpose of basically doxing your location, let's just call it that there, to their social media. They are blatantly following federal agents. What am I supposed to feel about this one here? Did he say something that was wrong here? You're following me. Stop following me. I'm gonna break your windows. Okay.
What the fuck? Oh, hell no. Bro, they literally just threatened to rip me out of our car and rip me out of the car. What the?
I would have did it.
He
Why are you
steals
following me?
everything and even films himself because he knows nothing will happen to him.
In recent months, there have been reports of a surge in shoplifting cases with involving illegal immigrants who are repeat offenders.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
This individual is an illegal alien from Haiti, identified as a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Yo, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump administration, this man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally. This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States.
Right.
So,
guys, I think most people are basically protesting generally kind of about the collaterals. I think I understand what they're trying to do here, but the problem is that, guys, they're so illegal, right? So like what you're expecting for a federal agent or like a police officer to generally do is if they walk with a warrant specifically into like a place, right, for example, and there's another person there that is also there illegally or doing something that happened, I don't know, 10 years ago, but they have a warrant. Are you expecting the police officer to then say, hey, sir, you have a warrant that's 10 years old or whatever it is, right? I'm going to leave you alone here. No, the problem is that they go into these areas where there's a gigantic amount of illegal immigrants, okay? Illegal. They go in there, they get that one person who had it, and everyone else is coming with them, bro. All right? It is what the moment they identify and create contact with that person, if you are illegal, you're going. You thought that they were just going to let you go because they didn't come specifically for you. Are you crazy? That's not how life works, guys.
he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
Yeah,
when we find
collateral,
the guy, he's probably with others.
Yep.
Others that are in the United States illegally. They may not be a criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
Nope. ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
These aren't minor offenders or paperwork violations. These are the worst of the worst. Repeat offenders with long criminal records, gang ties, and years of convictions that show a clear pattern of danger to the public. When someone racks up conviction after conviction, the issue stops being politics and starts being public safety. This is about protecting communities from people who have proven, again and again, that they don't follow the law.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that we're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for assault. We'll send it back to you.
Bill Maluzhin, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, This is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind.
It's hard to believe they didn't expect this after living here illegally for years. You entered the country unlawfully. What did you expect?
My husband to pay some debt, and there were ICE agents outside, and we didn't notice. And when we were walking out of the county jail, they were waiting right there in the corner, and they just took him from me, and I'm asking for help.
No.
We have 5 kids that need their dad.
I understand. I see your tears. Why did you not? Why did you not? For all the many years that they were in the United States of America, right? Why did you not specifically do everything kind of within your power to get some type of legal status? Why didn't you? Right? Like, why didn't you having 5 kids? I'm aware. Did you have all 5 of them here? Because if that's the case, then that means that you've been here for at least a decade illegally. And you've done nothing to fix your solution. Again, accountability. You're going to be held accountable regardless here, guys. Right? I feel bad for her. I feel bad for the kids. I understand this here. But Americans didn't cause this. We didn't cause this. Okay? You're an adult.
Please help me.
Crying on social media.
You're hurting me. Just don't let. You're hurting me. Ow! 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 Help! Help!
As immigration raids ramp up in the area, Greg Bovino, the Border Patrol chief, was on the ground with federal agents conducting operations in the northern suburbs. This afternoon, he was confronted by Mayor Daniel Biss. Video shows Mayor Biss approaching Bovino and several masked immigration agents outside a gas station, where the two exchanged words during the ongoing raids.
That's why we're here. Sorry, Ashton.
I'm disappointed that you used to be a guy.
I'm unaware of that happening.
Well, that's probably the problem.
Now, that exchange a little tough to hear, but Bovino telling Biss they are there because of violence in his community, and Biss responding, I'm unaware. Biss is running for Congress. The two were surrounded by people holding camera phones, and you could hear whistles were being blown by residents to warn of the agent's presence.
Just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is, ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets, hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw, in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy who was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
All right, guys. Yeah. Guys, the thing is, it definitely would be, like, if you know the federal government by default is going to try to kind of maintain federal law, specifically our borders, right? And you know, like everyone should know by now, that the federal government is going to go into these cities and go into these neighborhoods where illegals are large scale, right? They're going to go for one person and then they're going to end up taking everyone, right? If you really want to specifically make it so less people are being targeted, let's say this year, you would allow them to arrest people directly from the jails. That just makes sense. I mean, I'm not even sure that there is any more of an argument other than the fact that the left may potentially just want to get like bro headlines in CNN or something, guys. I'm trying to understand it right here, bro. Because if you cared about the people who you're crying over and like messing up the cities for right now, type of thing, protesting for, then it would make sense that you would do everything to kind of slow down at least the arrest rate. But you're not trying to do that. You want the woman that was like right there crying on social media because it has the ability to affect people's feelings, right? So I think that's kind of where I kind of lean back on, because it's like, bro, if you really wanted less people to be deported, you would just tell the federal government they can go into the jails and arrest people that were arrested and then are here illegal. But you don't. You want the tears. You want the craziness. You want the collaterals getting arrested along with the person who they came for. Okay. I mean, I see why they're doing it, because again, Americans are like a very visual type of people. Let's just say this year, right? So if it's on the news, then it makes sense, right? I guess that's kind of how that works here. But if you wanted to fix a problem, you would actually give ICE specifically access to the jails, I think.
Guys, do you want to watch movies with me? I never actually thought to like promote it over here, guys. But if you guys do want to watch it, guys, we have hundreds of movies, and I mean hundreds of movies that we've reacted to. You guys can come watch them with me if you want to, along with many TV shows. Currently, we're working on the show Dexter, along with Vikings, and we have a lot of series that are already completed. But if you guys do want to watch it with me, the link is in the description. Everything's available at the second tier. But of course, if that's not your thing, guys, don't worry. Right? Listen, like and subscribe.